next day. I have just finished making a skeleton for the back of the building. Yesterday we did the pillar for the front of the building. I'll show you that now. Oh, the sun's not properly risen yet. It's a bit dark. So anyway, we did the full pillar all the way across the front. I'm not sure how much of that you can see. We also took the wood off this morning. Sorry, it's really dark. So what we're going to do today is the wood that we've taken off at the front, we're going to put that at the back. Today we're going to do the belt at the back of the building, so then we'll have the front and the back done. We were going to do the sides and kind of carry on around the building, but all the wood's already the right size for the front, so obviously it's the right size for the back as well. Okay, so what we're going to do right now is we're going to mix that last bag of cement, and then Dad's going to go and buy more, and he's going to get some other supplies as well. We need more metal to make the skeletons for the walls that go across, so he's going to get that as well. So in the meantime, I'm going to mix up the cement, and I'm going to be ripped by the end of this. I'm going to look like The Rock. And then when he gets back, we can put the wooden frame on for the belt for the back of the building. So yeah, I guess I have to mix cement So now that that is out of the way, all the cement is mixed, we're ready to put up the molds for the building. So obviously we're doing the back of the building. So we have the wood that we took off from the front, we're going to now put it at the back. My dad stands on one side, I stand on the other side, and wonder how my life ended up like this, and hold the boards up so that he can then position the hooks over it that will hold the wood to the building. So we go on like this, back and forth, holding the wood, moving it around until we are done. So after that we are back on the rock breaking tip. So we have to break up all the big rocks into smaller rocks so that they can fit in between the skeletons and hold the whole building together. Otherwise they kind of clog up and they all sit in one place. So we want quite a wet mixture. We want it to be able to seep down and fill up the whole mould without any air spaces, without any cavities. So yeah, the stones have to be really, really small and the mixture quite loose. So Dad goes up to fill up the mould. I get the great job of standing in the shade and just mixing the cement. So once the cement is mixed, I then pass up a bucket to him, he pours it in, squishes it all down so that the cement is all the way down to the bottom of the mould, make sure all the stones are filled all the way in and the skeletons are completely covered. By the next day it's usually strong enough that we can then take the wood off, and then we can now cut that down to size to do the middle parts of the building. Hi there. You alright?
I'm alright, mate. You alright, mate?
Yeah.
Yeah, mate. Just living away in this hot day, mate. You know what I mean? Just kind of like banging it on, you know what I mean? Just getting on with this work, mate.
I should go and help, but I'm just going to stand here and watch instead. I'm going to use the excuse that I'm filming. Yeah. Now I'm going to help. Good morning, welcome to day 2 of belting. I'm just finishing off making the last of the skeletons here. So yeah, once I am done with these, then we can start mixing cement and pouring for the last. Then we can start mixing cement and we can finish all the belting today. Then that'll be the whole building belted. We did the front and the back, and it's just the 3 inner walls that we need to. So where these pillars are going to join, the edges of the pillar right at the ends, the extra metal, we're going to fold over and interlock, and then we're also going to weld. So that way the belt is one whole strong piece, and with the road vibrations, any little bit of wobble, it's not going to work itself free. We won't have any cracks in the building. It will all be secure and together. Many hands make light work, or something like that. So whilst Dad and I are working on the belting, my younger sister has joined in, and she is going to start leveling out the floor, and you'll see why that's important a bit later on. So the process of putting up the belt is literally the same for every single one that we do. So we put the wood up first. Afterwards we then put the skeleton inside the wood. And then lastly we fill the whole thing with concrete. We let it dry and we take it down again. So all we're doing is repeating the same process for each of the pillars until we've done the whole building. So now that we've finished belting, we're waiting for the last section to dry. The mould is still up there. We still have a few more daylight hours to burn, so what we're going to do is make a start on the veranda sections. So each tiny guest house will have its own front veranda that you can sit in case it's too hot inside, or you want to just enjoy the breeze, get a bit of fresh air and relax outside in your own private veranda section. So we want to start on that. So we can't build anything on top of the belts until they're completely solid. So in the meantime, this is definitely something that we can start. So we're getting into it and we realised that it's a bit difficult to do considering that the floor is not level. So what we're going to have to do is pour a foundation for the back wall and start levelling the ground first, and then we can carry on with the verandas. So we actually planted this orange tree years ago when we first thought about doing a guest house. It's been here for about 6 years now. The only thing is it's in the way of leveling the floor. So what we want to do is frame the tree. So we're going to block work a little step kind of around it, that way we can level the floor up to that level. So it's going to be kind of like a plant pot for the tree, and that will then just hold the water, so when we pour water in, it doesn't just run off the top of the soil, and it kind of stays concentrated within the tree area. Today is over. A bit of an update on what we did today. So that is the last piece of belting for this end here. So over the last couple of days we did this side and also that one. So that was the last piece. We'll be able to take that off maybe tomorrow or the day after, and we'll let that set. Then this whole building has been belted all the way across. After that now we can start putting in the block work for the slopes. But more importantly, what we want to do first, we did want to start putting in verandas for the two. We started looking at how big we wanted them and like what kind of spacing between them, and obviously like we're going to have a corridor between the two verandas and how we want to put it in. But it would be easy to do if we leveled out the floor, and I'll show you what I mean. So the floor was level-ish kind of around here when we started, but then with the suckway being built, all the clay came out and went over here, as well as the foundation building work. All of the clay is kind of led to this really uneven walk surface. So obviously up here is really high, down there is really low. So at the back of the building we are going to put a wall all the way across, which will then separate obviously this area from that area, and then we'll put the front gate here, so you'll only be able to get in and out through that front gate. So to level the floor, as you can see right at the top here, it's a bit of a drop. So what we've done is poured the foundation concrete in so that we can start laying blocks up to where you see the line is. That's the floor level line, so up to there, and then it'd be easier for us to level the whole floor going across without having to worry about it going in there and messing up any block work, and then us having to dig it out afterwards. We're going to go up about 3 or 4 blocks maybe, just until we get to that line. Eventually afterwards we'll go all the way up to separate the guest house buildings from the rest of the house. So we've put our block work in and just framed around the tree. So our floor level will be up to, it will hide that first layer of blocks. We'll plaster it and everything, and then obviously there's enough space in there for water and stuff. When we water it, it won't be splashing out everywhere. So yeah, we managed to do quite a bit of work today, which is good. We're getting there slowly but surely. It is starting to take shape, which is really, really cool. So yeah, that's probably going to be it for this video. I kind of need to go and clean up. It's getting a bit late, it's getting a bit dark. So I'm going to go and clean up. That is it for this video. So next thing that we're going to do definitely is the block work, so that we can then level the floor. We want to do that before the heavy rain sets in, because then this is all clay, it's all just going to turn straight to mud, which is not fun for digging. But that will be in the next video. This is going to be it for this video. I have cleaning up to do. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it, and that's a bit of a build update. See you in the next one. Bye!